everybody. I know that normally you guys have a show from us on Thursdays, but we're on vacation, but I didn't want to make you guys feel neglected, so I decided to do a Draw My Lifestyle advice video for you guys. I hope you like them. If you do, comment below and I will do more. Today's video is going to be about finding your true love. As a professional psychic, I talk to lots and lots of people all the time, and men, women of all ages, races, every faction you could think of, and everybody is looking for that perfect person, that wonderful partner that they can share everything with, and so many people are absolutely miserable because either they're with the wrong partner or they've had horrible relationships in the past and they feel completely lost. So in order to help you guys and give you a little bit of advice about this scenario, I'm going to show what's the word I'm looking for? I am going to tell you a little story about a client, a real life client of mine, and his journey to find his true love. So I'm going to call him Jerry. Jerry called me several years ago, and he was absolutely just a nervous wreck. He was devastated. He had just gone through a very painful divorce, and he was really sad and unhappy. His wife left him, and he just felt completely devastated and lost. He did not want her to go, and I feel like he felt really just sad about the whole situation. And I talked to him through this process of getting divorced and getting himself through that, and he did not want to let go of his wife. He was very heartbroken at the idea that she left, and so for a long time he pleaded with her and begged her and tried to convince her to get back with him, and she had moved on. She was seeing somebody else at the time, and she had no interest in reconnecting with Jerry. So after a long while, he decided to kind of face the facts, and he felt like it was time for him to let go and move on. But he was absolutely lost. He didn't know where to go from here. He knew that he was lonely, and he knew that he wanted a new relationship, but he didn't know where to start. So he started where most people do, with online dating. And he likes long walks on the beach and marshmallows. I just put that in there for fun. Anyway, he set up his profile for online dating, and that's when I spoke to Jerry a lot, because he went on a lot of dates. And so every time he would meet a girl or have a date, he would call me up, and we were talking a lot. He would actually just joke around and say, "Hey, it's me, Jerry, your brother." So we would talk at all times of the day and night, different times. Every time he had a date or every time he met a girl, he would call me, and we'd talk about the girls, and we'd talk about the situation, and I would tell him what I thought. And he just wasn't finding what he wanted. They were either there was no chemistry, or they were not smart, or they were too tough, or they didn't really get along with his children, or they were too tall, or they were too whatever the case may be. Sometimes they were too short. So he was very frustrated. He felt like he would never, ever, ever find the person that he wanted. He actually would get into a few different relationships throughout this process. Some of them were too needy, and so he felt extremely frustrated. And he had his major "why me?" FML kind of moment with me on the phone, and he didn't understand why he couldn't meet the person he wanted. I decided to give him some advice that day, and I've given this advice, I think, on the air, and I've also given this advice to just my clients in the past. And I said to him, he's got to relax, he's got to stop take dating so seriously and see it as just something fun to do, a fun activity, something new and something different. And I also told him that he needed to really, really start thinking and concentrating on what he wanted. I told him to envision his perfect woman. I told him to really sit down and think about it. What is his ideal woman? Not ideal for everybody else, but his vision of ideal. I made that arm too short. I just had to point that out. So he talked with me about it. After a few days, he really thought about it, and he said this is what he wanted. And I told him to be specific and to be honest. Honesty is key. He wanted somebody that was sweet. He wanted somebody that was smart. He wanted somebody that was beautiful. He wanted somebody that was educated, good with his kids. He had this perfect envision of this woman that he really, really wanted. And I said to him, look, you're gonna find her, just keep it in mind. So he started his search, and he did not, and I talked to him several times over this period, and it actually took him 2 years to find this woman. It was not an easy thing, but I encouraged him to stand tall, be unwavering, don't give up, just stick to your guns about what you want. And he did. And it was not an easy process, but he did it. And he was very, very faithful with what he wanted, and he didn't give up, and he didn't settle. And he met a wonderful girl. We're going to call her Annie. I changed their names for like privacy's sake. Their names really aren't Jerry and Annie, but you know, whatever. Anyway, he met Annie, and he thought Annie was wonderful. She was beautiful, she was smart, she was good with his kids, she was educated, she was everything that he wanted, and he couldn't believe that he met her. And he told me about her, and I really was happy for him when he met her, and I told him that I had a good feeling about it as well. And guess what? They got married. They're together. They are truly happy with each other, and just like she was his perfect woman, he was her perfect man, and they are now living very happily together in a tropical destination that shall be unnamed for their own privacy. But so I wanted to do this video for you guys because I wanted you to know that it is possible to meet your perfect mate. Nobody is perfect, but they're going to be perfect for you. And I think that's what you all have to keep in mind when you're searching for love. It's about having your ideals and really, really not questioning yourself or giving up. And you have to basically just know what you want. Don't settle. And lastly, you have to really feel that you deserve it. I really hope that this video helped you guys, and thank you so much for watching. I love you, and take care.